The Perry Anthony Salon and Spa Network have developed their credibility with a library of publications displayed in consumer, editorial, and trade magazines. Their cutting-edge flair has driven this group to expand their creative abilities beyond the confines of conventionalism. A single image is designed to express an idea and capture its viewers, and reality as we see it becomes reality as we feel it. Photography and print work are a daring and innovative language that commands a response from all. Competition is the development of grace, skill, and the ability to overcome any challenge. This design group boasts national and international recognition. Located on the north side of Route 7 at the Shops at Limestone Hills, is one of Pike Creek's hidden secrets. A salon and day spa dedicated to provide the ultimate services and atmosphere to suit your every need. Feel free to stop in and browse through our boutique that offers a complete selection of designer jewelry and hair accessories, or explore the vast array of state-of-the-art professional hair care products and styling tools available. Our developed staff of uniquely talented stylists will surely bring you into the new millennium. A thorough consultation will assure you of a satisfying result. We invite you to ask about our extensive services that range from precision haircuts, blow-drying lessons, exclusive color techniques, bridal packages, hydrotherapy treatments, fashion wigs, makeup instructions, nail art, and corporate seminars, to name a few. Your privacy and sensitivity to chemicals are always our concern. We have designated an area exclusively for those services. Our technicians are trained to complete the network of our full-service salon. You will find that their competence is both revealed in their maturity and consciousness of their craft. Our nail care area is just off the main salon and offers a full range of nail services, including nail art, a spa manicure, sculptured nails, silk wraps, pedicures with mini reflexology, foot massage, as well as a spa pedicure that includes a leg and foot mask with a paraffin dip. Allow us the opportunity to help you relax. When you enter the shampoo area, our technicians will prepare you for your services with a thorough shampoo and relaxing massage. Our cosmetic department will custom formulate any color palette. Awarded nationally and internationally for makeup design, it will assure you of exciting results. Ask about our featured makeover, instructions, and other color analysis. We also offer bridal packages for that special day. You can also be assured of our exclusive products designed for a flawless finish. Our day spa encourages a healthy quality of life with nurturing treatments and detoxifying agents to promote and improve your overall wellness. A great escape will leave you lounging in luxury. The men's club features distressing facials, or treat yourself to a new mom's day to celebrate your new life. Customize your own gift packages to remember for always.
Hi, I'm Perry Anthony Scarfo, president of the Perry Anthony Design Group, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Beauty by Design. For those of you that have seen our program previously, we're going to do a little bit of a switch up today. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 6 complete style changes or design changes. And some of the stylists that will be performing today, this will be their debut on our program. Again, for those of you that have seen our program before, usually it's a 3-step part as far as the makeover itself. And when I say 3 steps, one would be a chemical service, which would either be a color, a highlight, a perm, or possibly a relaxer. Then we would do a design change, which is obviously the haircut and finish, and then we tie up the program, normally each makeover, with makeup itself. Today, we're going to switch that up a little bit. We have 6 different design changes. And what we have done previously, before the program, each and every one of these models has had a chemical change. Again, when I say chemical change or chemical service, meaning a color, a highlight, a perm, or relaxer. But we felt we could get a lot more models into the program today by just doing style changes. Now, through the program, what we will do, we may reflect back to the before picture of the model, and during the program, with each model, we will talk a little bit about exactly what was done, the chemical service on each model previous to this program itself today. So let's now move to our first stylist, Bethany, and her model, Valerie, and we'll bring them onto the set, and we'll see where they're at this point. We're here now with Bethany, our first designer that will be performing today, and our model, Valerie. What I'd like to do, before Bethany explains exactly what she'll be doing today as far as her design change, is reflect back to the before picture of Valerie. Now, Bethany, do you want to explain to our viewing audience exactly from start to finish what you'll be executing as far as a design line today on Valerie?
Yes, Barry, thank you. Well, when she first came into me, I took into consideration that she's a very young woman, and but she has a professional job. So I didn't want to do anything too on edge. So we colored her first. She came in as a very heavy highlighted blonde with a lot of regrowth. So I just put some foils in her hair, and then in between the foils, I colored her darker. When I removed the foils and rinsed her hair, I then applied a toner so I could blend the colors together more and give her a more warm effect.
Very good. So basically what you did today is low light and highlight, and then toned it as a finished product to bring all the different various tones together, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. And as her hair dries further on in the program, as we get closer to the finish of the design lines, you'll be able to see exactly what Bethany has described as far as the chemical service, the highlighting and the low lighting. Do you want to explain now, again, start to finish, what you're going to be doing haircut-wise, design-wise?
Yes. First, I'm going to take her up the perimeter of her hair about 2 more inches, and I'm going to angle everything around her face. I've already cut into her bang area, and mostly what I'm going to do is use razor cutting.
Very good.
So I'm going to dry it first and then razor cut, give her a lot of height here with some layers.
Okay, sounds great. Let's do this then. Again, we have 6 complete design line changes today. Let's move along to our second stylist or designer, and that is Tracy and Desiree. And what I'm going to do is reflect back to the before picture, just as we did with Bethany and Valerie. And I'm going to turn it over to Tracy now, let Tracy talk a little bit about what she's going to do as far as her design line is from start to finish. Can you please describe, Tracy, exactly what you'll be performing on Desiree today?
Sure. I've taken about 4 inches of hair off Desiree because she has extremely thick hair, but it's very fine, so it's very heavy. So we can't go too short with her because she has such an immense amount of hair, but I'm going to take it to a medium length, and we're going to be layering the bottom edge and texturizing it a lot with thinning shears and with a razor. In the front, I've done something a little different. I've done an asymmetrical bang. So she'll have actually 2 different looks from this. If she goes this direction with her hair, it gives the illusion of being more all one length. But if she goes the other way with her hair, it makes her look like she has a swooping bang.
Very good.
So
great.
Then also we're going to go into the interior, and I am going to be using a twist cutting method to slither it and just take out a whole lot of this bulk.
Very good. So basically you're going to be creating a design line that'll be very versatile to her.
Yes.
You said she can go from her to her right or to her left,
exactly.
or for our viewing audience,
right.
to her left or to her right.
Right.
And why don't we do this? We're going to move along to our third model, and what we'll do, we'll pick up a little bit of film of you actually performing the design line.
Okay.
And let's move along now to our third model in waiting. And that is Amy and our third model, Jeannie. And what I'd like to do, as we did with our previous 2 models, is reflect back to the before picture. As we have the before picture up now, I would like to turn it over to Amy. And Amy, do you want to describe to our viewing audience exactly what you'll be doing from start to finish as far as the design line on Jeannie is concerned?
Yes, thank you, Perry. When I started off with Jeannie, she had very long hair. I took a couple inches off. I went in and I texturized it a little bit by point cutting it just to make it a little bit piecier. At the end, I will blow dry it real smooth and put some product in it just to smooth it out a little bit.
Very good. Okay, and what we'd like to do is we're going to move along to our fourth model. Amy, when we get further into this line or design with Jeannie, maybe then we'll discuss a little bit the color or the chemical service that you did on her?
Yeah, you'll
Very
see
good.
it much better when it's all dry.
Okay, I agree. Let's do this now. Let's move along to our fourth model and fourth designer. Carol, our fourth designer today, and also Lucia, our fourth model. And what I'd like to do again is let's go back to our before picture. And Carol, would you like to describe to our viewing audience exactly what you'll be doing today as far as Lucia's design line is concerned? And can we describe it, just to save time, from start to finish for our viewing audience, please?
Okay, we're going to do a textured pixie cut on her. She had a lot of volume on the top of her head. It was really long, and we just really want to cut some of that out and just give it a lot of spiking look and just really
break it up
and do all that.
Okay. Now, on the perimeter, I see the back here. You have removed some length, or was this the length that Lucia came in with?
No, I have removed some length, and I've started to texture it.
Okay, very good. And around the face, around the perimeter, around the face, will we be breaking this up some, or will you be leaving it longer and blunt? Exactly what will we be doing around the perimeter, around the face?
Right. We're going to really texturize that bang and make it a lot shorter, and on the sides too, because she really had a lot of length that she really didn't need.
Okay. And you know what we'll do, again, as we get further along in this makeover, I think Carol said earlier that she'd like to talk about exactly what she did chemical service-wise as far as the color on Lucia's hair as we get further along in this makeover. So let's do this so we can just move right along. Let's go to our fifth designer, Alan. And again, this is Alan's debut today. I want to welcome you to the program, Alan.
Thank you, Perry.
And also his model, her name is Vicky. And what I'd like to do is, as we have previously, again, let's reflect back to the before picture. And as you take a look at the before picture on the screen, what I'm going to do is turn it over to Alan, and he's going to describe from start to finish his design line. And if you'd like, Alan, you can talk a little bit about the color. You had said to me earlier that you wanted something very bright and something a little gutsier. But again, I'll let you describe your design line first, and then if you want to get into the hair color, you can. And if not, we can describe or talk about that actually a little later in the program. Alan?
Okay. Well, what we've done here is you can see I've knocked all the length off. Her hair was a bit too long, overgrown, overprocessed, and she has a lot of nice texture in here, so I've just kind of gone in and no sectioning, just chop it off. Just take these little twists and like that. So,
okay. So basically you've twisted sections of hair inside the perimeter. Again, when I say inside the perimeter being the outside design line, just taking twisted sections and just kind of chipping into it just to accentuate, like you said, the natural beautiful texture that she has to her hair.
And I'm keeping the length in here because I think this is really pretty on her, how it comes up, like almost like a cab, like a 30s feel. So, and for a color, I wanted it to be bright and gutsy, so I lifted her natural color, and then I went in and I foiled actually orange and yellow into it. So I think it'll look good when it's done.
Very good. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to let Alan go back and just kind of fine-tune his haircut, and we're going to move along to our sixth and final makeover. And our designer performing that will be Rainey and Jennifer, our sixth and final makeover model today. Now keep in mind, we're going to go back to each and every model for the finish, and we'll describe a little bit about the chemical service that was done on each model, but also we're going to bring in our makeup artists, Stephanie and Claire, and we're going to finish these makeovers with makeup today. But anyway, let's reflect again to the before picture. And as you see that on your screen, what I'd like to do is turn it over to Rainey at this point. And again, this is Rainey's debut. I'd like to welcome you to the program, Rainey. Do you want to describe to our viewing audience from start to finish exactly what you've done today on Jennifer?
Okay, Jennifer, I guess, had shoulder-length hair. She wanted something fun, something fresh. I wanted to complement Jennifer's shape of her head, so I went pretty tight in her nape area.
Right.
Okay. I did vertical sections, and then when I got to the sides, I over-directed, so I still will have length around her face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring each section down, and then I'm going to dry her hair and just go in and do a lot of texturizing, breaking a lot up, and shattering it, more or less.
Very good. Okay, so basically you're going to, again, you said you direct this back, and again, our viewing audience, obviously we don't want to get too technical here because you're not designers, but at the same time, that'll enable us, everything will kind of emanate, I think, from the back forward, so to get longer towards the face, and as you said, I like the word shattered, you're going to go in and just break everything up.
Exactly.
Very good. Let's do this. We're going to let Rainey and Jennifer go, and she's going to complete this look. And in the meantime, we're going to start finishing up our models and come back to you to see the finished looks before or actually during the makeup process also. Thank you. Stick with us.
Beyond Your Expectations is a fully qualified staff continually trained to help you develop your own personal style. As a client, when choosing a designer, you may rest assured that a full complimentary consultation will accompany your visit. Our extensive services fulfill all of your family needs, including blow-dry lessons, follow-up consultations on all chemical services, bridal packages, in-home services, corporate seminars, wig and prosthesis fittings. Please inquire about our gifts of beauty in the form of gift certificates available at any dollar denomination that you may choose. One of our most relaxing impressions will be our technician's pleasure to prepare you for your service. Available upon your request, a scalp massage for the overworked executive or a conditioning mask to help revitalize your overworked hair.
And now we're here with our completed look, and we're back with our first model. Obviously, Bethany was the stylist that completed this look as far as the hair goes. And again, our model is Valerie. What I'd like to do at this point is turn it over to Bethany, and then she's going to turn it over to Stephanie, and we're going to talk a little bit about how Bethany completed the look, the hair design itself, and then Stephanie's going to talk about how she complemented the look with the makeup application. Bethany?
Okay. Thank you, Perry. I finished this look by using a round brush, and I used a root mousse on her root just to give it a little bit more height with the layers that I put in, and then I styled it, and I used a little bit of water wax just to piece through it, and last thing I did was spray it with Perry's Lolique, and just to add some shine.
Very good. And Stephanie, you want to just talk a little bit about the makeup?
Yes, thank you, Perry. What I did with Valerie today was I gave her a really natural, sophisticated look. She's in the banking field, so it's something that she could, you know, work with every day. It's also great in going out into the evening. It's all of our natural earth tone shades that are real popular this fall. And it just really brought her eyes out with Cake eyeliner. It's a plum shade to finish it off.
Very good. Great. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Valerie. And let's move along now to our next model, Desiree, another one of our completed makeover models. And Tracy was the designer today performing this look. And Tracy had said to me earlier that she did not get an opportunity to talk too much about the chemical service that she did on Desiree. So what we're going to do is we're going to let Tracy talk first about the chemical service and the finish that she performed on Desiree today. Then we're going to turn it over to Claire, another one of our makeup artists here at the Perry Anthony Design Group, and Claire's going to talk a little bit about how she tied the entire look together with the makeup application that she performed today. Tracy.
Okay, Desiree has some natural red highlights in her hair naturally, but I wanted to add a little bit more gold, copper, and auburn to her hair, just to bring her eyes out. She has beautiful green eyes and pale skin, and I think it just really complements the her whole look. And I also took a translucent hair color and just put it on the regrowth area, and then just pulled it through for 5 minutes to sort of meld everything in together. And I think it really turned out beautiful.
Yeah, that looks great, Tracy. Claire, you want to talk a little bit about what you did to tie the entire look together with makeup?
Well, like Tracy said, she's got beautiful eyes and strong features. So I played up her eyes a lot and enhanced her cheekbones. And then just put gloss around her eyes, her lips, sorry, because I wanted to bring her eyes out more.
Very good. Very good. I want to thank you, Claire. I want to thank you, Tracy. I want to thank you, Desiree. And let's move along to our next model. Jeannie, again, our finished makeover model. I would like to, I think at this point, Amy wants to talk a little bit about the color that she did on Jeannie, because we did not really get a chance to touch base on that earlier in the program. So what I'm going to do is turn it over to Amy and let her talk about the color and then the finish itself. And then again, Stephanie will talk about how she tied the look together with the makeup. Amy?
Yes, with her color, I didn't want to do too much with her color. I just added some highlights to the top, to the crown of the head, and then the front area, just to accentuate the haircut a little bit. I finished her off with some pomade because we wanted to achieve a PC effect.
Right, just to break it up a little bit. Great.
So, and it frames her face very nicely.
Yep, I agree. And Stephanie?
Okay, what I did with Jeannie's makeup today was I wanted to use some more brighter shades on her. She has a darker complexion, so I used some more mauve and plum shades to really bring out her eyes, brighten her face. Also, her skin was a little more on the dry side, so I used our Jane Iredale Moisturizing Foundation, which has a moisturizer in it, and that really just helped finish by giving her an all-around glow.
Great. Great, girls. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Stephanie, again. And I'm just going to turn Jeannie around one more time. And we're going to move on to Carol and Lucia, another completed makeover. And as I had talked about earlier, let me do this. I'm going to turn it over to Carol. I think Carol wants to talk a little bit about the chemical service that she did on Lucia today, because I think we did something that is not that dominant in the salon industry today, which is cap highlights, but there is a time and place for it. And for this particular model, I think it worked out perfectly. But before I get into it much more, I'm going to turn it over to Carol, and she's going to talk about the chemical service and the finish of the haircut, and then she'll turn it over to Stephanie, and Stephanie, again, will discuss the makeup. Carol?
Again, I just took a cap and put it on, and I just pulled it through the top of her head just to show a lot of texture.
Right.
And then we went back in and did a glaze just to really make it shiny and just to keep it like one color.
Just to tie everything together.
Right.
And you want to talk a little bit how you finished her hair? We talked about the cut itself earlier in the program, but also right now you can talk a little bit about how you finished her, what products you used, or actually did you use a round brush to blow it dry?
Really, I just used my hands and just really tossed it all around, because that's really just something, you know, she wants to be able to just run her hands through it and go.
Right.
Just real textured, and I used a textured spray just to get a lot of volume. And that's
Yeah, it looks great. So really, the key here is unfinished is finished.
Right.
Looks great. Okay, Steph.
Okay, what I did with Lucia's makeup today was I used the Jane Iredale foundation. She has a lot of red undertones, and it's a foundation, powder, and concealer all in one. It's great for people who have rosacea and other skin problems, but it really gave her a good, smooth coverage. And I used a lot of warm tones. Really wanted to brighten and warm her up, used a lot of corals, and I just used like a white all over her lid. Didn't want to use too much color, didn't want to, you know, close the eye or darken it at all. Just really wanted to open everything up and just have it flow.
Great job, both of you, great job. And Lucia, we want to thank you also. Again, we're going to move along to our next model. Vicki and Alan, another one of the designers here at the Perry Anthony Design Group. And you know, Alan had talked earlier how he was going after a brighter, gutsier look. As far as a finished product on Vicki, rather than me explain it, I'd rather give that luxury to Alan to explain, so he can really talk about, again, the color, the cut, the finish, and then we're going to let Claire talk a little bit about how she tied everything up as far as the makeup goes. Alan.
Well, with Vicki, what I wanted to do is to give her a little more edge, but also I don't want to confuse anyone. I made it really severe today with a round brush, with a nozzle, with wax. But for Vicki at home, she just has to really spray it with water and put gel in it to make it look soft instead of harsh. But I like both ways for her.
Right. So what you're saying is you finished your hair, again, a little gutsier, a little edgier, like you talked about earlier.
Right.
And obviously this would not be for everyone, but for that person out there that does want to get a little gutsier, or a little racier, a little edgier with the look. Again, as Alan had said, this look also has a lot of versatility. I'm sure she could take this look and blow it dry off the face. Again, go into some thermal styling techniques, whether it be a curling iron, Velcro rollers, or hot rollers, and soften it up, just in case maybe during the day your hair has to look a little more corporate, but then at night you want something, again, like Alan said, a little edgier and, well, a little more cutting edge, I should say. No pun intended. But anyway, let me turn it over to Claire now. And Claire, why don't you talk a little bit how you tied this look together for Alan with her makeup?
Well, like Alan said, he wanted to do something severe, so I did a nighttime look. She had a lot of blemishes, so I used the Jane Iredale Circle Delete to cover them up.
Very good.
And I did a smoky look, because the new fall look is smoky again. So I wanted to focus on her eyes and just gloss on her lips.
Great. Very good. Alan, I want to thank you. I said earlier this was Alan's debut. I want to thank you. You did a great job, Alan. This was also Claire's debut, so thank you, Claire. Now we're here with another completed model. And obviously Rainey did her hair, and what I'm going to do, I particularly love the blonde on red effect or the blonde on auburn effect, but what I'd like to do is turn it over to Rainey, and she's going to talk a little bit about what she did as far as the chemical service on Jennifer today. And again, that was a highlight as far as I know, a foil highlight. And then Rainey's going to turn it over to Stephanie, and she's going to talk a little bit about what she did to tie up the makeup to pull this look all together. Rainey?
Jennifer is a natural red. What I wanted to do was just darken her up a little bit and add a few blonde highlights right up top. I just want to give her more richer red and really accent her fringe area where the blonde is.
And I can see you broke the color up with the blonde that you put in.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks great. And then Stephanie, do you want to talk a little bit about what you did with her makeup? Because, you know, we've had models today that some of them had more of a natural olive complexion, and as you can see, Jennifer has you know, a much more fair complexion. And Steph, do you want to talk a little bit about how that comes into play when doing their makeup and what you did to, again, finish this look?
Yes, with her fair complexion, it really brings out her facial features, and we just did a really fun look. We did all shimmers on her, from shadows to blush to highlighters, and all the colors just play with the auburn color.
It's great. Yeah. I mean, I can see how you tied in the you know, the color of the makeup, but you also tied it in. I should say the color palette that you used on her makeup tied in with the color palette that Rainey used on her hair, and I think it works well, and everything tied in very well. Thank you, Rainey. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Jennifer. And now that you have seen all 6 of our completed makeovers today, and again, I hope you enjoyed the show, but as I said earlier in the program, this was a little different than some of our previous programs. Previously, we had done a lot of chemical services and design changes, where today we wanted to show more models. Normally in our program, you'll see about 4 complete makeovers, and we include in that chemical services. Again, on the program today, what we did was complete the chemical services before we started filming the show today, so that we could actually do more models. Rather than 4, as you have seen today, we got 6 complete makeover models in. And again, we talked a little bit about the chemical services that were done on each model, but more than anything, we really stressed the design changes on each model. And as I said earlier, it gave us the opportunity today to introduce 4 of our new salon stylists or designers here at the Perry Anthony Design Group. I also would like to go into the fact that, please keep in mind, it is a full salon and day spa. Our capabilities here at the salon, especially our day spa, we have a full wet room where we actually have a hydrotherapy tub. We're one of the only salons on the East Coast that has a full wet room. We can do everything from underwater massage to lymphatic drainage, again, anything that is part of relaxation, but also things that are also part of detoxifying the body as far as skincare and the day spa area is concerned on the East Coast. So again, if you have any questions about things like that, please call the salon, and one of our scheduling coordinators up front will be more than willing to talk to you about, you know, again, the variety of services we have here, from hair to skincare to makeup to, again, the day spa and the wet room and the hydrotherapy tub. What I'd like to do at this point is thank all of you for sticking with us for the last 28 to 30 minutes. And again, please feel free to stop in at any time and have a complimentary or an obligation-free consultation with any of our designers. But please, again, call first to schedule that. But what I would like you to do is stay with us, and next week we'll see you same time, 6 o'clock to 6:30 on Wednesday night, and we thank you again for joining us for this program.